Two-time world champion Fernando Alonso and seven-time world champion Michael Schumacher are counted among the best who have ever raced in F1 by many. Retired F1 driver Felipe Massa had the unique opportunity of being a teammate to both men at different points in his time as a Ferrari driver. He has now revealed who was the tougher teammate while speaking to Diario AS. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, who was the tougher teammate, Alonso or Schumacher? Massa began by giving his thoughts on Ferrari's current plight. It is a very difficult time for Ferrari. It is sad to see them like this, with all the problems they are having this year. Ferrari is a team that has an obligation to be competitive, and when it is not, it is a very serious thing, not only for the fans, but for the people who work within the team. He then gave his thoughts on Alonso returning to F1 at the age of 40. Fernando will be 40 years old and will fight 20 to 25-year-olds. Age is a problem, but it must be recognised that Alonso is a talent and can do well. For F1, it is positive that Fernando returns. Massa then elaborated on who was the tougher teammate out of Alonso and Schumacher. For me, Alonso. Schumacher was my teammate for only a year. He was like the teacher. He didn't have that rivalry that I had with Alonso for so many years together. It was a competition of many years, and frankly it was more difficult, although it is also true that they were different situations. He summed up his words by revealing who he would pick as driver and why. As a driver, I would say Schumacher clearly. It is true that Fernando did not have as many competitive cars as Michael, but Schumacher won 7 championships and won in 91 races. Numbers are important, and that makes a difference. Fast feed. Ferrari Sebastian Vettel has confirmed that there are some plans for the future in F1, and he thinks the most interesting is the intention to use biofuels or synthetic fuels in the future. He added that they have the technology and the right engineers to make faster progress, and that is a whole new role for Formula 1. According to him, they have the resources and they are wasting a lot of money, so why not use it for something useful that can also be implemented on the road? James Key, technical director at McLaren, has revealed that some of their updates will work in 2021, like the new nose. Others will have to be reviewed and redesigned. He also expects that their 2020 car would look very different because of the different engine. Felipe Massa feels that Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton is doing an incredible job and has the fastest car. Next year, before the rule change, it will be difficult for anyone to beat him. He also stated that it is not the ideal time for IndyCar for him. There is also a lot of risk with very serious accidents in recent years. As he's already 40 years old, he thinks it's not the time to go there. Lewis Hamilton's race engineer Peter Bonington was surprised by Lewis winning the Turkish Grand Prix, as he really didn't see this coming. McLaren's team principal Andreas Seidel feels there is no reason to be pessimistic about the rule change in 2022. He further elaborated by saying there will be more overtaking on the track, and the budget cap will probably also do something about bringing the field closer together. Former F1 driver Max Chilton has praised Lewis Hamilton's Turkish Grand Prix victory by exclaiming what a way for him to win his record-equaling 7th World Championship. F2 driver Yuki Tsunoda dreams to be a Formula 1 World Champion, and if he'd struggled in Formula 2, then this would have been really difficult. He also feels that he had to deliver in his rookie season like Lando Norris and George Russell did. And Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto thinks that Sebastian Vettel has started at least now at the end of the season to be comfortable with the car, and he's delivering better. Who do you think was the better driver, Alonso or Schumacher? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.